play viewers to my broadcast. Take two. Hi, Mark. How are you doing? I hope I have sound. Just checking real quick. I do have sound. We had a horrible internet connection. Molly, I'm so sorry. I think it should be awesome now. Well, we just upgraded our internet recently and it went from really amazing to just ridiculously fast. But for some reason, yay, good. I don't know. I do know something was going on with the internet speed. I don't know why. Hi, Elaine. No, it wasn't you. I don't know what was going on. My speed was just, what? I did a speed test. It just occurred to me, I'm going to do one. It was like crazy. Yay. It was so hard to have that happen because I know we all had a lot to talk about with the election and geez. All right. So let's start over. Now I'm really late, but let's start over. So if everybody wants to share anything about Wesley, I hope you heard me earlier. I said, how are you doing? And I kept saying all kinds of things to you guys, but I don't know how much you all could hear because of my problems with connecting. But yes, I'm glad to hear you're doing wonderful. I saw that on the thing, but I don't know that you guys heard me responding to things. Anyway, if anybody wants to have a brief check-in about how they're feeling, I will tell you that I feel like I've been through a 4-year trauma drama. And I put my all into this election and volunteering, and to say I was ecstatic when I finally heard Saturday, oh, okay, Wesley, Saturday morning that Biden won would be an understatement. I just let myself go with that all day long, watching the news, dancing. Thank you, Elaine. Yes, and also thanks to Molly. They really did a lot of work too. Hi, Vashuma Shu. No worries. Hi, Mardan. So Saturday when the election was called was ecstatic, but you know that feeling like you've been sick for a long time, and even though you got enough sleep last night, you still feel very drained. Thank you, Elaine. It's been I've been grateful that I could. That I could, because I think all of us, or a lot of us, would if we could, because let me tell you, it's actually therapeutic. It was therapeutic. Don't you agree, Molly? To do it. It was an outlet, a place to put the angst. And I'm actually signed up now for this Saturday. Molly, I highly recommend this. You might enjoy this. Anybody else? You can sign up. Yep. Therapeutic. You can sign up to flip Georgia, the Senate seats in Georgia, which will allow the Democrats to take the Senate, which I think will allow Biden to actually get some things passed. COVID relief, other things. Let's see. I think there's several times each day. If you search Fair Fight Volunteer, you signed up. You already signed up. That's great. I had a hard time finding the page. The only way I found it was through the Biden-Harris volunteer thing. Anyway, welcome to anyone new. I might not know what the heck I'm talking about. I am here to do some music. Yes, it's been very intense, Vashu, very intense. Thank you, Simon. Thank you. Yeah. He's currently, if we don't flip the sound, we were kind of wondering, that's how you found out about it too. So if both the Georgia Senate seats go blue, then there'll be 50-50 in the Senate and the tiebreaker will be Kamala. But my question is, when it's 50-50, who's majority leader? Is it based on whatever party the vice president is because they're the tiebreaker? So, I don't know. That's a Jeopardy question for anyone who knows. But it's something that occurred to me. I'm pretty sure it would be the party of the tiebreaker vice president. Anyway, You do not have to be political to enjoy, I hope, to enjoy my broadcasts. So sometimes the talks get a little bit that way because that's a big thing that I do is political activism. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if Mitch is still in charge, then that's no good. I don't know why it would be. So like you roll the dice? I don't know. Through Rona? Through the Rona yet? Yes, I saw that you had a street party. You guys, I saw probably all your comments, but you didn't hear my responses. But that is so awesome. I watched all the street parties all day long, and we danced with the people on the streets. Even though we couldn't be there, we didn't feel safe going in person, and really there wasn't one where I live. Oh, coronavirus. I don't think so. No, he's actually been on the careful end, as these folks go. But yeah, so anyway, I'm really, party time Saturday, started to get a little bit freaked out Sunday around, geez, I'm not feeling, just really sad and disappointed at Trump's decision to not, I know it's not out of character, but I still had hoped that he would concede. Oh, really? That's great, Molly. Hi, Frank. That's great. I was so grateful. I was getting a little worried that there might be some people coming in to purposely make it be a bad thing, and I was really happy to see them all seem to go so peacefully. Thanks. Welcome to anyone new. I am simulcasting Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope, all my own music, mostly modern American folk, and a fair amount of chat. Let's do a song, though. Let's do a song. Usually vote for the person. Hey, how's it going? We've just been debriefing about the election. It's okay, though, if it's not your thing. Or it's okay, whatever your political orientation is. Deepest musical influences. The 3 J's. Joni Mitchell, Janis Ian, and Joan Baez. Old folks, I mean, they've been around. They were 60s, 70s. But those are my long time people. When did that happen, Molly? I think that already... When did that happen? Did that happen today? Did that happen today, Molly? I haven't watched the news. I've been trying ever since Saturday. I said, that's it. I can't take watching the news all day long anymore. I had done that. I allowed myself to do that all through the post-election jitters and then the Saturday celebrations. And then that was it. I'm like, okay, I'm watching it at night. I can't. It's making me crazy. It's too much. You love jazz. Oh, I like jazz too. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I love singing Janis Ian stuff. Very jazzy and bluesy. Yes, Wesley, I saw that from our last broadcast. You put your tree up. That's amazing. It's definitely a relief for you. Good, Frank. I'm glad. I mean, obviously, there are a lot of folks that voted for the current administration. So there are a lot of people who really kind of agreed with the idea that scary things were going to happen, and so I know how that feels, to feel afraid. I certainly felt that in 2016. I just hope that Biden can live up to his aspiration to reassure people and bring everybody together. You have cats, no tree for you. Yeah, we're kind of wondering how we're going to do a tree this year. It'll probably be like past years where we've done a tree when we had babies. We just have baby gates. Speaking of which, we put kind of rabbit wire fencing up to have off our backyard. So that's been a big stress relief on us. It's a lot less stress around what the doggy's going to eat. You want to know what I'm talking about when I talk about doggy? I'm talking about puppies. Little George. He's George. He's George. Georgie, the golden doodle puppy. Yes, that is true. That is true, Molly. However, there's 2 concerns I have. One, There's a lot of damage he can do on the way out. Puppy! Two, when people gamed this out many months ago, they gamed out all the ways this could go. It involved possible serious Civil War level violence, which is so far I'm feeling pretty optimistic we're not going to have that, although we'll see. And it also involved letting litigation play out. So there was a great Atlantic article about this. Having litigation play out so long that you pass the deadline for the states to have their electors appointed, and then the House gets to decide, not the House, somebody else, is it the VP? Somebody gets to decide, somebody else other than the states get to decide who those electors are. So that seems like he's trying to do that. Yes, I mean, Molly, we all had to contemplate that as a possibility, right? We had to but I still don't enjoy it. You know what I mean? I still am mourning and just heavily disheartened and disappointed at kind of taking the democracy down with him, you know, taking the I don't mean necessarily succeeding in doing anything serious, but just 9 electoral votes, yes, in South Carolina, injuring it, you know, reducing its credibility the way he has. It is so disheartening. So it's scary and sad, and it's like, well, you know what? I guess this is what we're gonna have. We're gonna have another scary, sad, stressful refrain, you know, which we've had 100 times, 1,000 times over the last 4 years, and I guess that's how we're gonna end, you know. And I'm just disappointed, you know. I'm just really disappointed. So let's do a calming song. Thinking of starting with awareness. I want to end with No Worries. That seems like a good one because, yeah. So let's do this. This is a mindfulness song to, yeah. It's. I'm sad about it. It's a loss. You know. It's a lost opportunity. I feel for this guy. I really think he's got a lot of psychological damage he's carrying around, and there's been a lot of theories about what exactly it looks like. No, I don't downplay the coronavirus, that's for sure. We are very cautious about the coronavirus, let me tell you. All right, here we go. I'm starting with awareness of all that really is right now. I'm starting with acceptance that what is right now. I start with heartfelt empathy now, so that I can help bring out the best in me and thee and we. Acceptance doesn't mean I can't seek change. Empathy, it does not mean I feel the same. They just help us move in peace, come what may. 'Cause fight, flight, or freeze is not what we need. Not in you and not in me. We want compassion and rationality. And so I'm gonna try to start with awareness of all that really is right now. Start with acceptance that what is right now. I start with heartfelt empathy now, so that I can help bring out the best in me and thee and we. It's not that I can't control what he says or does, but if I want peace of mind no matter what, and maybe help us get out of a rut, empathic curiosity guides me through. I pause to reflect before I do. I gently ask myself, is that really true? And I always try to start with awareness of all that really is right now. Start with acceptance that what is right now. I start with heartfelt empathy now, so that I can help bring out the best in me and thee and we. I'm willing to accept and mourn my unmet needs. If there's a crisis of imagination, we need a grace. So I don't panic or resort to rewards or punishing. Without rewards or punishments, anger can't live in me. I can think of mutually beneficial strategies and make requests and not demands of anybody. And so always try to start with awareness of all that really is right now. Start with acceptance that what is right now. I start with heartfelt empathy now, so that I can help bring out the best in me and thee and we. Without demands or threats, I can give my love freely. 'Cause to condition my love, it hurts both you and me, and invites our siege to fight, flight or freeze. Yet we want peace without and peace within, so healing and collaboration can really begin. So we can be all that we can be through thick and thin. And so I'm gonna try to start with awareness of all that really is right now. Hey William, start with acceptance that what is right now. I start with heartfelt empathy now, so that I can help bring out the best in me and thee and we. So let me ask you guys, for those of you who have felt relieved about the recent election in the US, are you feeling mostly that relief? Or are you feeling mostly fear about how things are going to go from here on out? Because I kind of switched over to feeling mostly relief with some fear, like 80% 20 maybe, 80, 90, 10, 80, 20, something like that. And so the starting with awareness song was helpful because about accepting and trying to be empathic in our thoughts about our president. You know, trying to understand what would bring someone to have to so tie his value in with winning and being right that he has to do this to so many other people. What you know, that's a calming influence. So that's a helpful song. But I could also do, like, you know, One Candle and Persist. I'm kind of thinking No Worries. Relief mostly. Yeah. So mostly relief. Yeah. And I think you and I, Molly, have that pathway, time, and the realization and the commitment to do the volunteering. And so that's an extra bit of empowerment. Although it's not volunteering to deal with a specific issue, it's volunteering to, like, make things even better, you know, in terms of the political outcome. So yeah, I was thinking about doing songs that weren't related, like TikTok. I'm way overdue for TikTok and My Boys, but I also want to do No Worries. But I could also do One Candle. Yeah, I did too. And Molly, it still could happen. I mean, apparently he was going to start up with rallies starting today. But I've been sort of intrigued with how it's the outpouring of joy and people in the streets has been, it seems 99% people who celebrated the victory that happened. not people who are fighting it. And I honestly feel a lot of supporters of his are maybe a little confused, like a little, because I guess Fox was actually pretty, not really going with that storyline. So, with Trump's storyline. So I think there might be a little bit of like, well, but did you actually lose? I mean, because all of us sat there while it took days and days and days and days to do this count. And it was hard not to gain a sense of credibility in that, even for the most cynical. I mean, my goodness, why would they drag it out so long if it was all just some conspiracy, So I would hope that a lot of people would have left going, yeah, it did hit a statistical point where it's just not possible. Yeah, I know. And I worry about that too. Yeah. I think, did we do, we didn't, I miswrote this down. Hold on. Excuse me. I wrote down the wrong song. I didn't do that one yesterday. I did How I Want to Be, not yesterday, but Friday. I want to write that correctly. In His Followers, yeah. So maybe let's go ahead and do one candle and then no worries. I'll keep it, like, I'm not going to do, because it's okay. I mean, I did that one not too long ago, but, we did Persist as well, but, maybe it's time for some duplication. Wow. Okay, I heard something about that. Was that today or was that earlier? I think I heard about that earlier. God, I hope nothing else happened today. Let's be a little repetitive. Let's do one candle and Persist, and it's okay if we've got certain things going on. This is what's relevant, So this was written. This is mostly written from a place of loss and fear, like when it was like 90 or 100% fear on Saturday really early. Okay, I did hear about that. And let's be clear, there he's pretty good at working people up, so it's possible that could still come down the pike, where things get worse and worse. I just have my doubts. Oops. Wow. A little bit of jiggly scratchies there. All right, so one candle. Yeah. We had fistfights break out in our capital between one side and the other. So yeah. It's definitely, there's a lot more room for that. So we want to get through this, and so this is a song that I wrote from a place of total fear and hopelessness. And I had to come up with a vision of coming together with other people. So maybe this can help us too. Or if you don't care anything about this topic, maybe this would help you with something else in your life where you're just feeling despair or fear, and you want a vision of coming together with others for a sense of hope. When you one short candle in your hands and its flame is slim and it's flickering, when the clouds are thick and the moon is thin and your sight is dim, come to me, oh come to me, let us stand as one, lift our candles up together, no brighter than the sun. We'll make our way through the night, holding hands warm and tight. More we'll join as we go, step by step, however slow. Come to me, oh come to me, let us stand as one, lift our candles up together, no brighter than the sun. To navigate, we'll collaborate, not engage in hate, commit to share one faith. going peacefully with empathy, integrity, inclusivity. So come to me, oh, come to me, let us stand as one. Lift our candles up, together no brighter than the sun. We let science guide, set the unprovable aside, keep open mind, see what we find. We look inside, see where bias hides, expose it to light, invite it to take flight. So come to me, oh, come to me, let us stand as one. Lift our candles up, together no brighter than the sun. It may take time, now and then we'll fall, but someday we'll reach our goals. Safety, equality, opportunity for all humanity. So come to me, oh, come to me, let us stand as one. Lift our candles up, together no brighter than the sun. Brighter, oh geez, brighter than the sun. I forgot how I normally end the song. Thanks for all those hearts. Welcome to anyone new. If you like the music, I hope you follow. Follow wherever you're watching, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Periscope. Plus, follow at Twitter. Follow on Twitter. Same username everywhere, Tiffany TLC Music. So I'm thinking about doing Persist again too. We did it. I think we did it on the 3rd last. So let's do that one again because we have a lot to persist through. We've persisted through a lot already. And I'm so happy singing that song One Candle because I've come full circle. I wrote that the day after our last election, and you know, I feel like I kept the faith with those things, you know, trying to, and they're all still relevant. Let's let science be their guide. You know, just my pleas, my wishes were relevant throughout and are still relevant. So it has pertinence as I sit here and reflect on what we've accomplished and what we still have to accomplish, you know. So I'm thinking persist. And again, for those who are kind of not tuned into what I'm talking about in terms of political stress and political challenges, there's plenty of other challenges in life that you could apply these to. They have other applicability. So persist is really broadly about just persisting with anything you really care about, even though it's difficult. Even though I wrote it to keep myself going through my activism and I feel like we've made it 80% of the way, right, Molly? We just have a little bit more to go. We just have to get through this transition and maybe flip the Senate. No biggie. Sisters and brothers, I know it's been hard. Well, I know you are weary, so weary, maybe even scarred. But just look what we've done. Letting love lead the way. We've made all of the difference. Yes, we did. So we'll continue this way. Yes, we will act. We will resist. We will persist every day we exist. 'Cause when we act, when we resist, when we persist, You know, we know we've got this when we stand for when we stand for love and empathy for all. You know, we find solutions that help everyone stand tall. And when we do it together now, standing side by side, leaning on each other now, when we are up for the ride. So yes, we will act, we will resist, we will persist every day we exist. 'Cause when we act, when we resist, when we persist, I know, you know, we know we've got this. Perfect timing, Molly. When every single one of us, every single one, does something each day to make the world more fair, and does it in their own way, big or small, we value it all. 'Cause when we include everyone, we rise, we rise, we rise like the sun. So yes, we will act, we will resist, we will persist every day we exist. 'Cause when we act, when we resist, when we persist, I know, you know, we know we've got this. Yeah, I know, you know, we know we've got this. Yes, yes. Oh, needed that song too. Gosh, I feel like, again, for those of us volunteering in this particular situation, I think this is right on, Molly. Did we need that? Gosh, they're so on point right now. Sometimes songs have a perfect moment, you know, and I just feel like this is it. And it's just, again, it's so gratifying what we did. I felt so excited seeing like Clark County talked about so much because I spent time at the very end, 8:30 p.m. Pacific time on election night, calling right up until this phone shut down, until the dialer shut down, calling for Clark County to tell them that their polls had been extended for another hour. Now Nevada may, did we call it? Nevada hasn't been called, right? Or was it? No, it was. No, was it? Nevada called? No, I don't think so. Anyway, let's end on no worries this week, because we do have some things going on. Go Big Lou. We just gotta get him to be able to, or she, right? I always forget. Big Lou sounds like, I always think of it's a female cat, right? We got to teach the cat to dial, you know, to like log in, and he. Okay, Big Lou. Okay, it's a he. I don't know why at some point I thought maybe you had said she, but okay. Big Lou, we need to teach him to work the phones, because, you know, so that's going to be hard because he doesn't have thumbs and all that. By the way, the puppy is going better. I think I said that, but worth reiterating. It's I feel like we're not on the downward slope. As soon as I say that, I'm sure we're going to have a hard day. Sunday was really hard. It was like all puppy all day. Dude already knows how to type. Go Big Lou. I'm so glad to have you on here, Molly, because it's so nice to. I debate sometimes whether to make my broadcast titles more overtly political, like to put hashtag persist or something, but I want to be more broadly inclusive, and I want to like move people who might not normally be attracted to, you know, what? Seriously? Oh my God, that's awesome. Really? That's so cool. You know, my son has a YouTube channel, my eldest son, called Plushy Productions, and he does like 10 or 15 different voices on there, and he's thought about doing voice acting through a website called Casting Call, I think. Have you where did you find out about this job? That's so cool. He wants to do just online things, you know. But they're kind of like small indie projects where people hire. All right, no worries. We need this one, don't we? We admittedly, don't we? We kind of do. Kind of need this one. You interned there. Oh, that's awesome. I love Mr. Rogers. It was funny in one of the debates. There was like, I guess the other side. That's so cool. Wow. You'll have to tell me if you get it and when the cartoon comes out. That's so cool. All right. No worries, guys. Yes, I really need this song too. I really do. So this is a song not about no problems, but about not making my problems worse by going over and over again, over them again and again in the middle of the night and that sort of thing. Yay. All right, guys, this is gonna take us out. No worries. An invitation, not a scolding. An invitation, permission to not worry. So let's not worry about worrying. It's not that kind of song. It's permission to contemplate the idea of the possibility that we might actually not only be hurting ourselves, but actually being counterproductive. That's it. That's it. Act like a cat. And this is not to say if you are worrying or you're upset, that's okay. And having self-empathy and all that might be the way to make it through. But again, this is just me reminding myself of how it hurts me and might actually be worse for my problem. So if I start to worry or fretfully hurry, I slow things down, focus within and all around, a focus self-empathy on what I think and feel and need, on each thing I sense and do, on step 1 and 2. So no worries, no worries, no worries for you or me. Will be. Hold on. Lowering the volume for myself. Problem solving time and planning I find, if the rational kind, 'cause no worries on my mind. Worries stop sleep and ration often than not. So no worries, no worries, no worries for you or me. Yeah, no worries, no worries. What will be. The very best I can do is calmly proceed. Take time for fun. Walk, not run, and no weather completed. Miss how you want me. Ain't no worries, no worries, guys. No worries, what will be, will be. What will be, will be. Yeah, dancing, awesome. That's so cute. The emoticon looks one way on my phone and looks totally different on, like, on my Restream. It looks like a ballet dancer. Alon, was that you that I saw hop on? A different username, a different Periscope account, perhaps? Yeah, you know. I like the last verse especially is I work a lot on songs that are intended to give myself advice. And I really, so the last verse especially is important to me. The best I can do is calmly proceed, even taking time for fun and certainly sleep. It's a tango dancer. Yeah, no, I think on my phone, it looks like a tango dancer, and on Periscope, you know how sometimes there'll be different versions of the emoticon depending on where you're watching. On Restream, it looks like a ballet dancer. Go figure. Because I think it's literally a different emoticon showing up. Anyway, but the very best I can do, this gives me permission to have fun, to get good sleep and whatever. The very best I can do is calmly proceed, take time for fun, walk, not run. And know that whether completed, missed, or repeated, all things in time will pass far behind. Even this crazy election will be history. The most grand kingdoms and palaces end up in dust and ruins after enough time. Hi, Mustafa. Yes. Because we're really, not only does it feel good and is it nice, but it's a bonus. We're actually going to do a better job to boot. So, like, what's the downside? You know, there's only so much you can do sometimes, and when you try to do more than what you can really do, you hurt yourself and the outcome. Yes, that too. Yes. Thanks for being with me, Molly, and everyone else who's on live or replay. I'm sorry for the technological hiccup later. I'm really bummed I hope Mini Speeder gets to watch the replay. He and I have been talking about this administration since before I even got on Periscope. It's been a long 4 years. Thank you. Did you hear I used they earlier? I'm going to tell my niece because my niece is wanting me to have opportunities to practice. So it may be that at times I have to explain why I'm using they. I wonder if you're okay with that. Or I feel like I need to explain because people aren't. You did. What did you do? Shoot. What did you do? What did I ask? You say I did, but you did what? Yes, it is okay. Okay, good. Cause it's you know, that's one of the things I've discussed with my niece is like, if the person's not totally out and yet wants you to use that. Yeah. Oh, you did notice. Yeah. I just slipped it in. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. Live or replay. Molly, so lovely to have you. And anybody else live or replay. Sorry, I'm not sure who's on. There are a number of people on different places, but I'm sorry, I can't really see names for some reason at the moment. But thank you for being with me. I'm so glad we made it through. Molly, solidarity. We did it. We made a big contribution. It was important. And we're going to do it again. We're going to persist. We're going to do it again. And who knows? It's actually kind of an uphill battle. I read an article. It's the other competitors that were splitting the outcome were Republicans. So it's actually going to be pretty difficult for them to win. But anything's possible with this much energy. So, love you all. Take care. Bye.